again everyone, Age of June here, and we are back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. This particular game is a featured game. It said it was 2 minutes and 45 seconds in. Hopefully we do not miss first blood or anything. I kinda doubt it, but it is a possibility. This particular game had two names that I recognized, C9 BananaNation and C9 StealthBomber. Cloud9 is a really big thing right now. Honestly, they are pretty awesome. Ooh, this is a nice little gank here. Oh, nice flash from the Ashe. Okay, so that was not the first blood we just saw. Mundo was involved somehow, but I'm not sure exactly how. But yeah, the Cloud9 is currently just completely dominating the North American LCS scene, and they are honestly playing ridiculously well. They have been... I think they're currently 20-2? I'm not sure exactly. But I do know that they are really, really high up in the rankings, and they have completely displaced TSM as the best team out there. So it's really kind of cool being able to see them in a game, and I was more than happy to get into this as it was, like I said, a featured game. Which means that I don't think that it was being streamed. I could be wrong, though. But let's see. Mundo looks like he's coming in for a gank up top on this Yi. Probably a good idea. Yi is really annoying right now. He did recently just get remade. Here we go. And Mundo does successfully land his slow there. There's the flash from Yi, splash from Mundo, and down goes the Yi. But yes, Master Yi just recently got remade. Not too recently, but it was fairly recently. And ever since that remake, he has been nasty. Oh, nice tower dive there. Ashe goes down. The Udyr manages to escape with his life, and Fiddlesticks actually took a couple shots. Oh, wait, did Fiddlesticks go down? He did go down. How did he end up going down? I want to see that. I mean, obviously it was on the screen, but I didn't see it actually happen. Really? Okay, you know what? There. Okay, so there we go. There's Udyr stops tanking it. There's one tower shot. Oh, actually that one tower shot was enough to take down the Fiddlesticks. That actually kind of surprised me. I did not think it would be quite enough to do that. But it was indeed. So it ended up being a kill for Caitlyn and a kill for Ashe. The only thing is that Caitlyn's still here farming, whereas Ashe is not. So that is going to put Ashe behind. But the fact that Ashe went back means that she now has that extra damage. Ooh, in comes the Mundo going in on Caitlyn. Caitlyn managed to dodge that hit, but she got hit by the Janna tornado. Flashed over the wall. I think she's going to escape this. Now she's going to be forced to go back. And while she's back, Ashe is going to be able to farm. So, ended up being just about equivalent for them. I don't know. I mean, she is still level 1. And that is a really significant difference there. So, we'll have to see if she ends up being able to get back to level 3 by the time that Caitlyn gets back. But I kind of doubt it, as Caitlyn is actually already on her way back. So up top, we've got Yi. And it looks like he's actually running into the Vladimir here. Vladimir took a little bit of damage, but so did Yi. I think it was about equivalent there. Not too bad there. Paperkat. We'll look at all the people's names in just a second. But, oh, a gank here as well, possibly. Udyr looks like he's setting up for a gank of mid lane. Ahri's a little bit pushed out, but honestly not all that far. But in goes the Katarina on her, which kind of tips Ahri off, saying, hey, watch out. But in comes the Udyr. Nice! What is that? Charm. Nice charm there by the Ahri. Successfully kept that Udyr from hitting her that far out, so they were not actually able to go in on her. Had he landed that stun, she probably would have died. But because she was able to charm him there, it slowed him down enough that he wasn't able to get to her until she was all the way back there safely. Udyr looks like he's counter-jungling here. Going in on Mundo, though. Is he going to get this, though? The gold actually went to Mundo, so he didn't even get that. That was pretty unfortunate. Now, Ashe is being forced to fall back. She got a lot of harass from these guys, but Caitlyn's actually really low as well. So, ooh, nice hit there from Caitlyn. Very well-aimed Q there. Udyr's circling around, but he is picked up by this ward, so the blue team knows. Mundo is sitting here, but he's picked up by that ward, so the red team knows. And it's currently just both junglers just kind of chilling and waiting around. Ashe has left her... She doesn't have any potions left. She's already used them all. There was a nice cleaver there on... Well, briefcase in this case. Onto Caitlyn, but it didn't really kill her. It didn't really do much to her. Just gave a little bit of harass. And now it looks like the bot lane for blue team is going back. Udyr's thinking about coming in for a gank, but I don't really think that'd be the greatest thing. But now it's going to be Mundo versus 3 members of the red team, and that's going to be really tough for him. He doesn't really have a ton of wave to clear. His W, it does clear the wave decently, but honestly, I'm not... It's kind of squishy. I mean, he is obviously going to be able to clear it before they're able to take down the tower, but they will actually do some damage to the tower, would be my guess. And he ended up leaving anyway, so they are going to get a little bit of damage on the tower. They aren't going to be able to take it because Ashe and Janna are almost back. Well, Ashe is almost back. Well, I could be wrong about them being able to take it. It's getting quite low, and Ashe is currently alone. She's going to hit Caitlyn there, which actually did get the minions to attack her instead of the tower, so it actually prevented some damage. Nice slow there from the Janna. Pop up there. They're just taking a lot of damage from this Caitlyn with that massive range. I'll go up there in just a second. And that is really not all that great for them because they just came back into lane and they're already this low. Alright, let's scroll back a bit and go look at what happened up here. We've got Yi going back. He's actually at about a quarter health, but him being there actually did bait the Vladimir into staying for a while. The Caitlyn, or Katarina, sorry, is getting him pretty low. And, oh, that ulti comes out from the Vlad. He's going in on the Yi. Yi goes ahead and meditates, though. And it looks like he is actually going to survive that. So very nicely played by them. And that was an excellently timed meditate by the Yi. Ooh, she's getting really low again. She just came back, but man, are they getting just completely stomped by these guys. That Fiddle is nasty. She is pretty much dead again. One hit and she's gone. In comes the Ahri though, down goes the Caitlyn. Nice gank there from Ahri. The flash comes out from Fiddle, and now he goes ahead and exhausts her, but that charm comes in and he goes down. So that is a double kill for Ahri. Ashe didn't get anything out. She might have got an assist out of it. She did get 1 assist, but she didn't get a kill out of it, but at the same time she is still tied with the Caitlyn when it comes to kill death assist. She is, however, 25 behind in CS, so that's really not going well. Now in goes the Ahri again on that Katarina, her mid lane, but she does miss her charm. Katarina's probably going to jump away, would be my guess. Okay, so she is going to get out of this safely. She doesn't end up even needing to jump away. Ashe is going to go ahead and go back. Don't really blame her, because otherwise she would be really low on life when Caitlyn gets back. I do want to take a look at their XP here. Ashe is still a little bit behind Caitlyn, and that lead is going to increase for Caitlyn now that she is back in lane and Ashe is not. Alright, well, we have a brief lull in activity here. I'm going to go ahead and go through our people. Although, Vladimir is getting pretty low here. He's got to watch out. Alright, we've got Vladimir, played by Ozone Knife, versus Master Yi, played by Paperkat, who is not playing Cat. We've got Ahri mid, played by Moiravus? Yeah, Moiravus. Versus Katarina, played by... Nice. That was a very nice charm interrupting that ulti there. NotAQDaggerSmurf. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it's probably going to be a Smurf. Possibly. Just maybe. We've got the AD carry, Ashe, played by Garnux, versus Caitlyn, played by the deadly C9 StealthBomber. And we've got the supports. Just kind of keep following this. Oh, down goes the Fiddle would be my guess. He's getting really low. Down he goes indeed. Again, Ashe did not get anything out of that. She did manage to survive. The Katarina actually came up to kill her, it looked like. Where exactly did that Katarina come from? Ah, teleport. She actually teleported onto this minion, which pushed Ashe back. And Ashe was forced to run away. Then she jumped to the Janna to get out of that. So that was pretty good. It did zone Ashe so that she didn't get anything from that. And you see here, she's still at 1-1-1. However, she is ahead of Caitlyn in assist, but she is, like I said, behind in CS, so, you know. Alright, the supports, we've got... Oh, that was close. Had it hit, that would probably be a dead Caitlyn, but it did not end up hitting, so Caitlyn's gonna live. Unless Mundo decides to die, but I don't think so. Janna, played by HONBESTMOBA, apparently somebody who likes Heroes of New Earth. Ooh, in comes the Udyr. Don't really think that's gonna matter, though. Ahri's probably going to be fine off of this, although she's getting really low here. In comes Mundo. Udyr's still going in on this, and the Ahri is forced back. Oh. She's doing quite a bit of damage to them, but they did not end up killing her. She did not end up killing them, which honestly wasn't too surprising. Ashe is actually going in on the tower. Alright, the Fiddlesticks is played by C9 BananaNation. Cloud9, obviously. Udyr's coming around for another gank. Going to be picked up by that ward soonish. He's actually really low, so he's got to watch out. And okay, here he goes. He is going in for the gank. The Caitlyn and Fiddle are running as well. Stun from Udyr, but Ashe actually flashed out just in time, so very nice on her. Janna looks like she is going to die here, and she does indeed. Katarina's coming down on the off chance that there was a counter gank, but that did not end up happening. So that was a very nice gank indeed. And they ended up taking down Janna, even though they did not quite take down the Caitlyn. So let's take a look up here. We've got Yi, who's actually really low and probably should not have come back out here. That was pretty silly. Yeah. I have no idea why he stuck around. He might not have thought about the fact that Vlad had that ignite. Without ignite, he probably would have been fine because meditate after the buff is really powerful, especially when he's this low on life. But the fact that the other guy had ignite means that he did not get nearly as much off of that as he could have. Ooh, this Ahri is in trouble. She's dead. Had she been... She's probably trying to go in on Udyr because he was really low, but did not end up working out for her. Now Mundo's wanting to come in here, trying to land those cleaver slap briefcases. Did get them off of Dragon again, but I think he's going to go down. He does indeed, and now they're going back in on Dragon, which did not reset through all that, so it is going to die. And the red team just got 2 kills and a Dragon for nothing. Not that great. Alright, finally we've got the junglers. Now that I have another break, we've got Dr. Mundo, played by oJerryQo, and Udyr, played by RFLY Saskio. I don't know the code, what exactly that is. Ooh, nice barrier. Let's roll back a little bit. I want to see that whole thing. Alright, so Caitlyn's here, gets hit by that Ashe. I think Frost Shock was on. There is the slow from the... Haha, very nice, that ulti. The slow from the Frost Arrows. I don't remember exactly what the name is. Volley. Yes. Oh, she flashed as well. And now Ashe is actually tower diving a little bit. And wow! She actually just escaped that. Wow. That last volley, had it hit, she would have gone down, but it did not end up hitting. And Miss Cloud9 there escaped. I'm pretty surprised. I did not expect that whatsoever. Alright, Udyr looks like is setting up for another gank here. The Janna is warding over here to get rid of that particular gank path, but he's still waiting here, and I think he has flash again, doesn't he? He does, so he could possibly jump over this wall, although without that flash, it's really hard for him to engage, especially against an Ashe who could kite the heck out of him with her slows. But he's going to go ahead and put a ward here, and it looks like he's going to take off and run. Ooh, Udyr's now going in on Vlad. By the way, this right now is somebody you do not want to get fed. Ooh. Nice ulti there. It did end up hitting him, but I don't think he's going to die. And that means that Vlad is not going to be able to kill him. Vlad actually survived. And by the time he gets back, though, Master Yi will probably be pretty close to full health because of that meditate. Oops, stuff happening here. Roll back. Lots of action this game. Okay, so Ahri went in, did a little bit of damage to Katarina there, not as much as she would like. There is the near death of Vlad. In comes Mundo from behind, followed close after by Fiddlesticks, interestingly. The Katarina went in on Ahri, who went ahead and ulti there, got stunned by the Udyr, and she still got 2 more ulti charges, I believe. She went ahead and flashed out of that. Well, not flashed, but jumped out of it with her ulti. Now the Udyr is trying to get down, gets slowed by that Mundo cleaver. He's getting really close to taking her down. Now he's getting really low, though, and Fiddlesticks is trying to help. Fiddlesticks did manage to save him. If that cleaver had hit, he probably would have died, but nobody ends up dying, and that's actually pretty surprising there. Ooh, if that cleaver hit, would have been down too. Nice. So had Vlad checked that bush, he probably would have been able to do quite a bit of damage to that Yi. I don't know if he's been able to kill him, but he probably would have done a lot of damage. Looks like a nice little Caitlyn versus Ashe fight down here. Ooh. Okay, in comes the ulti from Ashe. And there is the Frost Arrow slowing that Caitlyn down. Caitlyn's now trying to run away. This is not going to happen, so she's going to go ahead and turn around, do a little bit more damage, but then she died anyway because yet again she tried to run. It's not going to happen when you've got an Ashe and a Janna. Both of those guys have ridiculous slows, so she probably should have stayed and fought. Had she done so, she might actually have won because she was doing a lot more damage to Ashe than Ashe was doing to her, as she is so far ahead. But she ended up trying to run away instead, and it ended up being her downfall, which is great for Ashe. Alright. Mundo looks like he's going to go ahead and give blue to Ahri, fairly normal, and a really good idea. Yi's getting really low. Don't think... Yeah, it looks like the Vlad is not quite ready to go ahead and go all in on him, but now that Yi used his meditate and it's down for the next 30 seconds, now would be an excellent time for this Vlad to go ahead and do that. But it looks like he's not going to, and in comes the Fiddlesticks, so Vlad's in a little bit of trouble. Udyr's coming up as well. There is the pool. About to say the stun, but it didn't happen quite yet. There's the Fiddlesticks ulti, though. Is going to go ahead and trap that Vlad there under the tower, but the Fiddlesticks is tanking said tower, and Fiddlesticks goes down. The Udyr ended up taking, or not the Udyr, the Mundo took him down. Now Udyr is going in on the Mundo, getting him pretty low. In comes the Katarina as well. Ahri's trying to follow up as well. Down goes the Mundo to that Yi, and in comes Ahri from the looks of it. Is she going to go in, though? She is indeed. She does manage to land her charm on Katarina, who jumps out, and everybody actually ends up surviving that, but she's still got 2 charges of her jump, so she could actually go back in, but it looks like she's not going to, and is instead going to go ahead and farm this up. She managed to save the tower, but she did not get the kills that she was probably hoping for. Both of those guys were really low. Good attempt on her part. And now Katarina's back mid pushing this with Caitlyn, which means this tower is probably going to go down shortly. This is a nice wave, and Caitlyn's got a lot of damage, but in comes the Ahri, and she may be able to push this back. I'm not sure. Well, let's see. Yeah, it looks like she is indeed pushing it back. Managed to save 2 towers in a very rapid succession, but both towers took a lot of damage before she could do so. So both of them are actually getting really low and are probably going to go down fairly shortly. Alright, everybody else is just farming. Caitlyn and Ahri just doing a little harass. There's an ulti from Ashe, and that ends up missing. So pretty. Anyway, there's a nice little charm there from Ahri. It did end up missing, and that meant that Katarina was able to ulti in and take down the Ahri there. Fiddle was able to take down the Janna as well, and that did not go well for the blue team at all. They went ahead and engaged on that arrow, but unfortunately for them, the arrow did not end up hitting, and Katarina came in from behind, and they were not expecting that whatsoever. Sorry, blue team. Oh, nice spear there from Fiddle. Ended up getting the flash out of Mundo as well as his ulti. They took down this tower. Now they're going in on this tower. No. They're going to go in on Mundo a little bit. In comes the Ashe again. And she's going to try to get save this tower, but the Fiddle Fear comes in, and she ended up running backwards. Did not work out well for her at all. And Master Yi's just up here farming. Farming and farming. I don't blame you for going back. Oh, he's going to go back in the... No, okay. So he's just going to go back to farming. Master Yi's going back in this bush. I don't know... Oh, when did Vladimir die? Apparently right here. While all that action was going on down there. Wow, both of them are really low here, but you've got to keep in mind that Yi does have that meditate, which makes him take a lot less damage. And in he went. The Vlad decided to try to run away. He does not have any spells whatsoever, so he does end up going down. All of his spells were on cooldown. He went a little bit too far out, given the fact that it's Master Yi. And there's all that action down there, and that's where Ashe managed to push them back. And of course, shortly thereafter, Yi went ahead and went back. Yi right now is really dangerous. As I was saying earlier, he recently got a remake of sort. He's still pretty much the same champion, but his scaling and just in general, his abilities got changed a little bit. They now... Oh, hold on. Stuff happening, stuff happening. Fiddlesticks is probably... Oh, he was about to go down, but that Katarina teleport meant that the Ashe had to flash out of that. Now Ahri's trying to take down the Katarina. Katarina goes down. Udyr was able to take down nobody. But he's about to go down as well. I think he might end up getting out of this. He is indeed. But in comes the Ahri. No, she does not get him, and she misses him again. In comes Vlad. Is he going to get him? No. That speed boost from Udyr was a little bit too much, and he is going to make it out of this. By the way, this is the ultimate skin. This is the first time I've actually seen it through a whole bunch of games in which I've seen people with the ultimate skins portrait, but none of them actually have the skin. But now, finally, I get to see one who does. And Fiddle ulti is down, I believe. Yes, it is. So the blue team knows that they are pretty safe to go ahead and go in on this dragon. They are going to go ahead and take it, which is great news for them. And now Caitlyn and Fiddle are forced to run away, because there are a few too many people on the blue team here. Caitlyn's over here, pricked up by this ward, and if Ahri decides to go in on her, it could go bad fast for Caitlyn. Interesting use of his E there from Vlad. Not doing it. There's another charm missed by Ahri, who ends up flashing over the wall to survive. Is she going to survive? No! She goes down to that ulti from Caitlyn. There's the Fiddle Fear on Janna. Janna's going to get out of this, but she did take a lot of damage from the Caitlyn. And now, up here, we've got Udyr. Not Udyr. The heck? Yi and Vlad going in on a little bit together. The Ignite meant that Yi did not get as much health back as he could have, but the fact that Fiddle came up, he landed that fear, and that was the end of Vladimir. Nicely played by him. We've got Caitlyn managed to take that. In goes the Ashe and immediately melts. Did she really just waltz right in there? Okay, there's that up there. That was actually really close. Okay, so that's what happened. Ashe is trying to get away from Udyr. She's kiting him pretty well, but honestly it's not enough, and in comes the Katarina, and that right there spells the end of Ashe. There's the stun again from Udyr, and the Katarina came in and just tore her up, and down goes the Ashe again. Master Yi managed to take down this tower in the meantime. Not a bad idea on his part. He did manage to kill the Vladimir beforehand, so he knew he was fairly safe up there. But yeah, his new changes, his Q, it pretty much works the same, although it looks different. And now it scales off of AD instead of AP. So AP Yi is dead, but AD Yi is in, and he is a lot more powerful than he used to be. The Meditate still scales off of AP, but the more health he's missing, the more health he gains. So it's actually got a little bit of a buff there for AD Yi, and I think it's a little bit more powerful for him. So very nice for him. Wuzhu style, it still grants the 15% attack damage, and now it also makes it so that the active is the basic attacks do 30 plus 30 for, scales off of AD. True damage for 5 seconds. That true damage is nasty. Oh, he's in a little bit of trouble here, but he can't be slowed because Yi. Finally, that is the other skill change. Ooh, is he going in? He is going in on the Vlad. Vlad does not have any. Oh, he does have spells up. He might actually be able to do at least a little bit to him, but not enough because his ulti is still on cooldown. And he's probably going to end up dying to this. You saw there, that was the Yi Q. I really like the way that looks. There's a nice little life steal there from the Vlad, and that kept him alive. But in the meantime, stuff was happening up here. Nice charm there by Ahri on that Caitlyn. They interrupted their back. Janna's taking a lot of damage and managed to ulti him out, but the Fiddle was able to take her down. That's who went down. Fiddle went down to Mundo. And now the Caitlyn actually had to jump out of that using her little ability there. And is she going to go down? She does go down, and that interrupted her ulti on Ashe. And unfortunately, the Yi and the Katarina came in. Yi managed to take down the Ahri. Ashe took down the Yi, but Ashe went down to the Katarina. So that ended up being pretty well equal for both teams. Not too bad. Vlad really needs to fall back because I'm pretty sure she could take him down very quickly. But he's going to go ahead and use these minions to farm up. And she's circling around behind him. So if he's not careful, she can go in on him and just rip him apart. She is going in. Wow. He went ahead and pulled at just the right time, which saved his life there. Now Udyr's being attacked by Janna and Mundo. Actually, Mundo's not even attacking Udyr. Now he is. But Udyr's doing a ridiculously large amount of damage here. Yeah, he's going to get out of this, I think, though. Managed to dodge that cleaver and that cleaver. Oh, got popped up by the Janna, though, so he's still under attack. There's nobody around to help him, so he's still trying to kite these guys. The Mundo needs to land a cleaver to go ahead and slow him down again. Is he going to? Yes, he does land that cleaver. Udyr is slow yet again. And now it looks like down goes the Udyr, but it actually went to Janna, interestingly enough. Had he made it a little bit farther, he could have gone under that tower, and then they might not have ended up tower diving him, and he might have got out alive. But it did not end up happening. Yi's now coming in again, coming around behind this Vlad, and Vlad's like, oh crap, this is bad news for me. So he's going to run away. He does have his ulti, so he would have been able to do a lot of damage to Vlad, or to Yi, but he would not have been able to kill him. Oh, nice. Very nice there by the Janna. The Fiddle actually goes down to Ahri's Ignite. Down goes the Ahri to Caitlyn, though. The Ashe was able to take down Caitlyn. And now Katarina's trying to take people down. She is slowed by that Ashe arrow, but she uses her ghosts to go ahead and slow Ashe. and she jumps over to a ward in Dragon Pit, and she's going to get out of this with no problem. The Yi's coming in, just doing a little minion farming here, and I don't think these guys are going to go in on it. They might. It looks like they're thinking about it. No, they do end up deciding against it. And Udyr's currently circling around, so if they stick a little bit too far out like they are, things are not going to go well for them. There is the Vlad ulti on that Yi, who actually... Did he dodge it? He did not dodge it. So, I thought for a second that he dodged it using his Q, but in this case he actually didn't. It hit him, but he still didn't end up going down because he was able to take down that Ashe beforehand. So very nicely played by Yi and Udyr. Alright, I'm going to go back to his abilities here. Alright, so his Highlander did actually get changed. It now has a passive of the champion kills reduce his basic ability cooldowns by 18 seconds. This does not count for Highlander. But the active now, it still gives the speed boost, it still gives the attack speed and movement speed reduction, but every time he gets an assist or a kill, it extends the duration. So it makes him a lot more powerful in team fights, and it retains that reset that people really loved about Yi, and he doesn't need to be active anymore, which is great for them. Wow. Oh, I was about to say great escape there from Vlad, but he did end up going down. And Mundo goes down as well to Katarina. Katarina's now going in, trying to take down the Janna. I don't think that's going to happen. Took a couple tower shots there, but honestly that's fine because that is the surrender. Alright, I do want to go ahead and take a look at his passive here. He's got double strike. Every fourth consecutive basic attack, he strikes twice. But the second attack deals 50% damage. The only difference between this and his previous passive is that before it was every 8th consecutive basic attack, and it did 100% damage. Actually, that's not the only difference. The other difference is that it actually expires a lot faster, so he can't... Actually, I think before it didn't expire at all. Now it does expire, so he can no longer charge up that double strike in the jungle and then come out for a gank. That will no longer work, so that is a little bit of a nerf for him, but honestly, overall, I think he got a slight buff. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at the players, their CS, etc. We've got Master Yi with 173 CS versus Vladimir with 174. They are really close there, but when it comes to kill, death, assist, not so much. We've got Yi with 631 versus 153 Vlad. The Yi has Blade of the Ruined King, Wit's End, Berserker's Greaves of the Fury Enchant, and Crystalline Flask versus Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, needs a large rod, Seeker's Arm Guard, Ninja Tabby, Doran's Shield, and a health potion. That's probably a good idea versus Yi. Alright, the Katarina has 160 CS versus 165 for Ahri. The Katarina is 519 versus 464. Pretty big difference there in Katarina's favor. The Katarina has Abyssal Scepter, Twin Shadows, which we actually saw her use to survive that Ashe attack, Haunting Guise, Seeker's Arm Guard, and Sorcerer's Shoes versus Deathfire Grasp, which looks new now. They remade the icon for it, as well as the Abyssal and the Vampiric Scepter, and I think one more, but I'm not sure exactly what it was. The Sorcerer's Shoes, Blasting Wand, and a double Doran's Ring. Caitlyn's at 169 CS versus 132 for Ashe, so Ashe kept up pretty admirably, I think, given given how much trouble she had down there. The Caitlyn is 549 versus 464 for the Ashe. Caitlyn has Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Berserker's Greaves, and double Dorans, as well as a longsword, versus the Ashe with Infinity Edge, Berserker's Greaves, a Vampiric Scepter, double Dorans, and a dagger. We've got Fiddlesticks with 37 CS versus 13 to Janna. The Fiddlesticks is 3614 versus 138. He got a few more assists there. He's got Morellonomicon, Ruby Sightstone, Boots of Mobility, Fiendish Codex, and a Vision Ward versus Ruby Sightstone, Ionian Boots of Lucidity, Cage's Lucky Pick, Philosopher's Stone, and a Vision Ward. She went double gold per 10 there. Not bad. So she actually got a decent amount of gold out of that, I would say. Not quite as much as I thought. Alright, finally we've got the junglers. The Udyr has 116 CS versus 81 for Mundo. The Udyr is 516 versus 542. They got pretty close there, but that assist really tips it into Udyr's favor. He's got Lock of the Iron Solari, Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Boots of Mobility, Home Guard Enchant, and a Ruby Crystal versus Lock of the Iron Solari, Spirit of the Ancient Golem, Boots of Speed, Sight Ward, and a Health Potion. So that is the end of this game. It's kind of cool seeing the utter destruction that Cloud9 can reap. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I shall see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye. By the way, I did want to take this time to mention that while yes, these are Cloud9 players, they are not actually on their main accounts. They're actually on their Smurfs, created specifically for some sort of leveling test. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but Riot created Smurfs for pretty much every one of the pros. And they all leveled their accounts from unranked all the way up. These guys, at the moment, I'm not sure exactly what they are. I don't think we could see if we mouse over, though. No. Unfortunately not. But I do know they're pretty high. Actually, if you give me just a second, I can look that up. Let's see. BananaNation. BananaNation is currently Diamond 3. So these guys are actually in Diamond at the moment, obviously. Apparently Diamond 3, not the highest elo in the world, but that's perfectly acceptable given the fact that they are still working their way up. So these guys are actually Smurfs, and they are on their way up. And that is in part why they were against people that are so far below them. So it was still interesting to see, though, and you can actually see the difference in there between a professional level player and a non-professional level player. It was huge. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know that that is what's going on there. And bye.